Okay, so I just made like a 10-minute long video about Yono with my other computer, and I didn't have the sound on. So now I'm going to make another one using my iPad. So that explains why everything's a little bit jumpy and bouncy. So, hi, happy International Day of the Yono to you and yours. I hope you're enjoying it in splendid fashion wherever you are on the globe. I'm here in Oregon City. I've got my cat Widget here. Hey, Widget. And I'm just going to talk about Yono and what it is and why I think it's awesome. And I'm going to try to look at the camera instead of myself, which is really weird. Okay, so I lost the list of questions that I'm supposed to answer, Ed. So I'm just going to do it by what I think the questions would have been had I been able to have them in front of me. So the first one is, who am I? I'm Ann Paris. I am a teacher and an artist and a writer. For my writing, mostly poetry. And I live in Oregon City. And I first started doing Yono because I met you, Ed, through Pig Squad, which is the Portland Indie Game Squad. And Yono came along at a really good time for me because I was trying to, let me say that over again. Yono came along at a really good time for me because I was thinking about wanting to do pixel art for some of the people who are making video games, but I didn't really have the skills to do it. I was a traditional artist who most of my work was just using paints and pens, of course, and I didn't really have much experience with digital art until I got my iPad. And my iPad has allowed me to do a lot more with digital art, and I had been doing digital paintings but nothing with pixel art. So when I heard about Yono, I got a pixel art program called Tiny Pixels, and that is what I used to do all of my Yonodes. And it's a very good program. It only costs $2.99. Anyway, let's see. Describe Yono. That's right. I think that was one of the questions. So Yono is a collaborative pixel art project in which one person generates a 64 by 64 inch canvas, and then that canvas is split by Yono either horizontally or vertically, leaving, it was much better when I could use two hands to explain this, leaving a 64 by 64 pixel block for the next artist to create an entirely new image in. So I had the honor of being the artist who produced the first Yonode for this current, I think it's called Uchu, this current Yono Uchu, which is the current instance of Yono that has been derived from one image. And that image was just a little mouse. It was one of my first pixel drawings, and I love what's happened to it. It has just branched out in so many different ways, and what I find is that as different artists participate in Yono, I start to get favorite threads. I don't know if an individual thread has a name. We should come up with one if it doesn't. But I start to have favorite threads based on color, or if someone has come up with a particularly compelling image. One of the things I love about Yono is that Widget wants to say hi. Where are you, Widget? One of the things I love about Yono is that is the surprise of it. Every time I go back to the site and see the new pieces that have been added, they are they're so far outside of what I would have ever conceived of doing, and so amazing that they inspire me to do better the next time. For example, right now there's a really interesting Yono that is a level of a video game that's like a platformer. So you've got all the characters and all the players and all the the little obstacles and all levels, and it's just all happening in this one little 64 by 64 pixel square. There's one that's like a pinball machine. There's ones that are like whole cities, which I really like. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting to see what a new artist will contribute. Recently, Ed got a new Yono from an artist in Pakistan, and it was just beautiful. It reminded me of graphic novelist style of art, and there doesn't seem to be much of a limit to what you can do in these little Yonos. So that's one of the things I love about Yono. What else do I want to say about Yono? I guess the other thing I like most about it is just the collaborative nature of it, and how I personally like to get a random Yono to work with, and I like to just try to see what I can see in the other artists' work and learn from them. I've learned so much about pixel art from these other Yono artists. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say. This last weekend I participated in a game jam, and I actually felt like I had something to contribute because I could produce pixel art assets for the game that just a month ago I wouldn't have been able to do, because I wouldn't have had the experience to develop something that I would feel comfortable contributing. So all of that is thanks to Yono and my the experience I've gained as a pixel artist already in just a few short weeks. So yeah, I love Yono. Happy International Day of the Yono.